So guys, the 2024 Formula 1 season has come to an end, and what a season it turned out to be. So I thought this time around we should try something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be sitting down and ranking every driver from the 2024 grid from F tier all the way to S tier to find out who truly had the best seasons. So yeah, it is going to be a tier list video, guys, but trust me, this one is going to be a little bit different. Hello.
Shut up, bitch.
Ah, this is so weird. It feels weird. I'm like at an angle. I feel like this is so like Dream-esque, you know, when he did the face reveal. Like last time I made a video with a face cam, I had like 500 subscribers, bro. It's hard to explain, but it's like now I know you people are actually going to see what I look like. It's really weird to think about. You know, I might actually have to take the mic manual, or no, not manual, like hold. One sec, boys. Okay, I think this is working now. We're going to take the mic handheld, so I can stand over there and talk if I wanted to, you know? So anyway, let's get this tier list going, boys. Hopefully this is not too messy of a video. I hope it's not, but I feel like it will be. So here we are, boys. This is the tier list we're going to be doing. Okay, just ignore the bit at the top right, because I know we're obviously going to have a Max Verstappen only section, guys. Come on, let's be real. We have to have Max in his own section. I'm looking at it over here, by the way, so that's why I'm looking over there. I should probably try and look into the camera a bit more, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it's completely random, by the way, so we're gonna get straight into it, boys. First up on the tier list, we have K-Mag. Okay, now I'm gonna put K-Mag in the D tier. All right, he's gonna slot right in, and I've obviously, you know, I've got reasons why. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you my reasons why we cannot let the recency bias affect us, guys. Okay, the last 5 races were C tier races. Okay, we cannot let the recency affect the fact that this guy did not have a good season. Okay, he had a very bad season. All right, I do love K-Mag. I literally just posted a video on him yesterday. Yeah, I mean, he did what he needed to do. Like sometimes there was team orders where he had to like defend for the team and stuff like that, which he did do. Mexico and Qatar were 2 good races to end on, but sadly overall he was just massively off the pace of his teammate. I think that's the main bit. Obviously Hulkenberg is a very, very, very good driver, but K-Mag was just miles off him, bro. All right, so next we've got Zhou Guanyu. I'm gonna put Zhou, guys, let's not take the piss. Okay, we're putting Zhou in F tier. All right, he's gonna be the first F tier dweller of the video. Again, like K-Mag, we cannot let the recency bias affect us. Obviously he did end up getting points and Bottas did not get points. Okay, but the team was also bad, which didn't help. You know, obviously you put a bad driver in a bad car, it's never going to end well anyway. You know, it's always going to be a bad situation. He was getting beaten by Bottas. Like at a minimum, if you're a bad team, you both have a bad car. The minimum is beat your teammate. Even if you're P19 and your teammate's P20, the minimum is to beat your teammate, and he didn't do that. So yeah, it's going to be F tier. It's going to be F tier for me. I just think he just had such a bad season. And I think obviously a lot of you will probably agree with that as well. So next up, we've got my Pookie, my GOAT, Logan Sargeant. Rest in peace, bro. I missed Logan. He's going an F tier though. Get in there, mate. You little dancer, bro. Yeah, this guy was so bad this season, man. Honestly, and I actually like Logan, and the Logan Sargeant video is one of my favorite videos I've ever made. But he was just so bad, bro. I would say he was the worst driver on the grid. Actually, Australia was not good. So obviously you can't do that to a driver and then expect them to just come back and have a normal season. Like that's just so it was kind of Williams' fault. If you put a bad driver in a bad car, it's never gonna end well. I don't know what Williams were expecting, but you know, he's a nice guy, bro. He's a nice stand-up guy. He gets on really well with most of the people on the grid. Yeah, very sad for Logan. He's a good driver, so yeah, it was sad to see him just get absolutely cooked this year, but yeah, it is what it is. So he's going to be F tier. Next up, we got Daniel Ricciardo. As real ones know, I've done 2 videos on this guy. I would say probably, you know, top 3, top 5 favorite drivers. He's going in D tier, okay? Again, I don't think he was bad enough to be in the F tier. Really just, yeah, not a good season for Daniel. As a Ricciardo fan, this is definitely one to forget, guys. This is definitely one to forget. Yeah, he had some decent form in some of the races. I think off the top of my head, these are the ones I wrote down. Spa, Austria. I wrote Spa twice. So there was another one that I don't remember. He put so much effort in to try and get the Red Bull seat, and he had some decent results. It didn't happen, and then he just completely ran out of steam. Ran out of steam on his whole career, you know. He basically just, after that, it was just done, you know. He was basically just done after that. So, yeah. As a Ricciardo fan, it's very sad to see. It's very sad to see, because I do love this guy. So, a very depressing end to the... Oh, God. I don't want to talk about it, bro. So, we're gonna put him in D tier. Daniel Ricciardo was meant to be a world champion one day, boys. I'm sorry to say. He was meant to be a champion. All right, this is going to be a good one. Sergio Perez, guys. I don't care what... this is my channel. I can do what I want, boys. He's going straight in the F tier, mate. Straight in the F tier, mate. This guy is definitely F tier, bro. I think that's the thing. His teammate won the title, okay? And this guy's getting knocked out in Q1, bro. Like, come on. This is just one of the worst seasons. The worst season of his career, 100%, bro. 100%. I don't even want to know how many Q1Xs this guy had, bro. I didn't even want to look it up, bro. I could have looked it up, and I didn't even want to know, bro. He didn't always have the best car, okay? And we have to remember the car is built towards Max. The McLaren is built towards Lando Norris, and Oscar Piastri still won 2 races, okay? They had the best car on the grid for at least half the season, top 3 car minimum. His teammate won the title, and if you compare that to Perez, he just had just an F-tier season, bro. I'm recording this on the 19th, so he got dropped yesterday, so it doesn't matter what any of you think, mate. I'm putting him F-tier because he just got dropped, so I think he should go back. If he gets another chance, he needs to go back to like a midfield team because he's one of those guys that like he performs well in a lower team, you know? So I think he should go back to like, I think he needs to just go back to a worse team, bro. It was just, yeah. I mean, it's sad because he's a nice guy, but yeah, F-tier season. F-tier 100%, mate. 100%. All right, next up, we have got Valtteri Bottas. You know what? I'm going to put him... We've had some stinkers to start, bro. I'm going to put him in the C tier, boys. I'm putting him straight in the C tier. If you are the worst team on the grid, okay, as they are, the minimum is to beat your teammate, and Bottas beat his teammate. Okay, look, he didn't get points, okay? And that's the thing. That's why this might look controversial, because Zhou got points, okay? He was extremely unlucky to not get points this season. I think Shiner was the main one where he DNF'd. I don't know what lap it was on, but he had a mechanical failure. Could have got points then. He's had some pretty bad pit stops by the team. He's had most of the bad pit stops. I think this is the big one. He got out of Q1 10 times, which for the car he was driving is very, very good. I think he got to Q3 as well. I mean, I don't know how he did that, bro. I don't know how he got to Q3, mate. But anyway, yeah, I know I rated Zhou low, but they basically had the same car. Like teammate to teammate comparison here, I would say probably C tier because he did absolutely walk Zhou. Yeah, not bad season considering the car they had. You know, there's not really much he can do. There's not really much else he could have done, to be honest. So finally, we do not have a stinker. Charles Leclerc, Charlie Chair, my boy. Again, this is my channel. I can do what I want, mate. I'm putting him in the S tier, boys. I'm putting him straight in the S tier. And okay, yeah, I mean, everyone loves this guy. I don't think I've met anyone that really doesn't like Charles Leclerc. I mean, he's Mr. Ferrari at this point, you know, winning at Monaco this season. It's just like, I mean, everyone loves that, bro. Yeah, 12 podiums, 3 wins. I think he definitely deserved P2 in the championship. I'm not going to lie. I think he was way better than Lando. Obviously beat his teammate, like I said, 3 wins, 12 podiums, just a great season for Leclerc. He's always had the 1-lap pace, you know, but it was just the racecraft, the converting and all that stuff that he needed to get. And I think this season was really a breakout in the sense of like, let's just say this, okay? If, apart from Max Verstappen, if I had to bet my life savings on one driver winning a title in the next 5 years, I would put all my money on Charles Leclerc winning a title. Big season for him. Next year is going to be even bigger though. It's going to be really cool to see what he does. S tier season for Leclerc. Definitely an S tier season. In very stark contrast, we have Lance Stroll straight in the F tier, mate. Get out, mate. Get out. Not much to say about this guy. I mean, honestly, I know there were some reports coming out at the beginning of the season that he doesn't even want to be an F1 driver and his dad is just kind of making him be an F1 driver. If that's true, that is kind of sad, but it's hard to feel sad for someone that is like a billionaire, you know? It's just, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's been miles off Fernando. I think you have to remember, Fernando's a 2-time champion, but the guy's 40 years old, mate. Come on, bro. Stroll has been in F1 since 2017, guys, okay? Off track, Stroll is a really nice guy. I could tell me and Stroll would be chill in real life, you know, but on track, he's just like, he just needs to go. It's time to go, mate. It's time to go. Yeah, he's not good, man. He's not good at all. I think he needs to go. It's just a very bad season. I mean, Brazil was, yeah, we won't even, I'm not even going to talk. I don't even need to justify this one. We're putting Stroll in F tier. On to the next driver, boys. Fernando Alonso, okay? This is a bit of an interesting one. Not going to lie, guys. I was actually struggling to think of what Fernando even did this season. This has been such a weird season for him. I couldn't remember a good or a bad result. He's just had a mid-season, bro. You know, it's so weird, man. The car was nowhere near the 2023 car, so he was never going to get a podium or you know, win 33. He's never going to do any of that this season. I think with the car he's had, he's done very well. I'm going to put him in the B tier, honestly. I think I'm going to put him in the B tier. I think, yeah, with the car he's had, he's done really well. I think he basically maximized it as best he could, to be honest. I think... Oh, was it him or Hulkenberg? He had a lot of P11 finishes this season. I think Hulkenberg had more. So if he wasn't in the points, he was very close to the points. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. A bit of a weird season. I was honestly struggling to think of like what he even did this season, to be honest. It's just a bit of a boring one, I guess. You got to beat your teammate. He beat him by like 50 points. Yeah, if he wasn't in the points, he was like P11. So yeah, I think it was a decent season. I'm going to put him B tier. So yeah, there it is. Albon. We're going to put Albon in the C tier. Okay. He's had a bit of a weird season. 4 points finishes this season. I feel like he's had more points finishes. I mean, they're never going to make a generational car, you know, right off the, you know, they're not going to do an Aston Martin, you know. The second he got a competent teammate, the second Franco came in, he kind of just started falling apart a little bit, but he recovered from that well, which is good. There's no telling what would have happened if Sargent stayed for the whole season, but actually, Albon actually crashed the most out of any Williams driver this year because obviously Sargent didn't even have a chance to crash anymore. So Albon actually has the most crashes of any Williams driver this year, which I thought was quite a funny stat. Yeah, I mean, again, C tier basically right in the middle. You know, he got a good amount of points finishes. I'm excited to see how he does against Sainz because he has not had a real teammate since 2022, you know. Yeah, Albon made a sick overtake, so that gives him extra aura points. Yeah, C tier for Albon. C tier for Albon. Sainz, honestly, I was kind of gagging to put this guy in the S tier, but I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I'm going to put him in the A tier. I love a bit of Carlos Sainz, bro. Real ones know that I love a bit of Sainz. Oh, whoa. Not like, I mean, okay, anyway. Got his appendix removed and then won in Australia. That's cold. That's generational. Yeah, I didn't write much about him, actually. It was a pretty solid season. I think this was the kind of season that, I mean, it was his best, I would say is his best season. I think the main takeaway from this season is that he definitely made Ferrari second guess, bringing in Lewis, which is, I mean, that's basically all he could do. He knew he was going to go. You got to make him second guess if they're making the right choice or not, which I think he did, which is good. Yeah, 2 wins, 8 podiums. I think it was a good season. I mean, not S tier. Yeah, it's sad to see him go to Williams, to be honest. I mean, he doesn't really have much choice. Again, Aston Martin did it in 2023, so maybe he knows something we don't about Williams. I highly doubt that. But maybe he knows something we don't. Yeah, he wasn't always on the pace of Leclerc, which is why he's not in S tier. Yeah, good season from Sainz. I'm going to give him A tier. And that's real love for the subs, by the way, because I would normally put this guy S tier, because I really like him, actually, but I'm not going to be too delusional in this video. So, yeah, anyway, next up is George Russell. This guy is my Pookie right here, bro. This guy is my Pookie, and I'm going to put him. Yeah, I'm putting him in A tier as well. I wanted to put this guy in S tier so badly as well, but I can't do it, bro. The S tier has to be exclusive, okay? So we're... yeah, I think George needed a season like this. Yeah, I know Lewis has been struggling a lot. You know, whatever you think of Lewis is a top 3 driver of all time. George had, I mean, race pace not so much, but the qualifying is just damning evidence, bro, for this A tier result. Like, Jesus, man. He's had some generational, like, bro, he's been putting that Merc like P2, P3 more often than he should have been, I think. The one lap pace has been really strong, actually. I'm just going to say, I think Spa was a great result. I mean, the amount that he was underweight by was like, it was almost nothing, you know. So Spa was a good result. Vegas, he absolutely dominated, which is good because, you know, all the best champions can dominate a race, and George was able to dominate. He's a proven race winner now, which is good. So I honestly think he could be a champion one day. I mean, he has a very good record in all the other categories he's raced in, and I think the next few seasons will be very crucial in his general career. You know, it's if Mercedes made another W11, George could do the job, you know, but whether he actually will or not, I'm not sure. I actually watched Tomo's video, and I think the fans voted him like P9 or something. People just don't like this guy. Like, they just think he's a twat, you know, which is fair enough, but it's like we're verging on the point. It's hard to ignore how good of a driver he is. Like, you can't just be delusional anymore and just say he's bad because you don't like him as a person, you know. That's the same thing with Verstappen, you know. When he was younger, people just said he was bad because they didn't like the way he raced or they didn't like him as a person. Now it's impossible. You can't ignore how good he is. Same thing with Russell. I think it's getting hard to ignore how good he actually is. We can't just keep voting him 9 out of 20th, 8 out of 20th drivers, you know, because he's just a dickhead. You know, that's just, we can't do that anymore. I'm giving him A tier. I think he had a great season. And again, a little bit of bias for me because I do really like him, but yeah, he's getting A tier for me. Next up, we've got Esteban Ocon. I'm going to put him in the D tier. Okay, again, we cannot let the recency bias affect the fact that this guy had a horrible season, okay? He was basically pooed on by Gasly, all right? You need to be one of the best drivers in the world to even get to Formula 1 in the first place. So to stand on a podium already puts you in the top 20% of F1 drivers ever, you know, whether you think they deserve the podium or not. He got pretty battered in the second half of the season by Gasly. I think Monaco as well was just such a bad look for him, you know. And I think Alpine, definitely in the last part of the season, they were definitely favoring Gasly. So, you know, back up against the wall. There's not much he can do. Yeah, 5 points finishes for Ocon, 9 points finishes for Gasly. So, yeah, I'm putting Ocon in the D tier. Right, next up we got Colapinto, who is... Oh, he's not there, actually. Oh, one sec, boys. There we go. Sorry, I almost left Colapinto out. Sorry, boys. Oh, God. Where did I say? We're putting Colapinto in the C tier, boys. Putting him in the C tier. Just right in the middle, basically. Right in the middle. I think the experience he had, which is basically nothing, you know, basically no experience at all, getting thrusted in mid-season to get 2 points finish is pretty good, honestly. Yeah, I don't think he was bad enough for D. I think if he got no points, I would put him in D tier. He just crashed way too many times, to be honest. The whole point of bringing the guy in was to not crash, and he crashed like 3 races in a row, man. It's just, I mean, to come in mid-season with you know, has he even done a practice session in Formula 1? I mean, he's probably done some testing, but like, you know, to come in mid-season and get 2 points finishes, I think is a testament to how good of a driver he is and how good of a driver he will be. Again, as of today, Lawson has gone to Red Bull. So Colapinto in the V carb, I could definitely see happening, and I hope it does happen as well, because I think he's a very good driver. So C tier, but Not a bad season. Not a bad season, all things considered. Okay, this one's going to be a bit of a rant. We've got Lando Norris next, boys. I'm putting him in the A tier, mate. I don't care what any of you say. This brother did not have an S tier season, okay? The S tier club is exclusive, boys, and I think there is one reason why he's not an S tier, okay? Whether you like him or not, whether you're a fan of Lando or not, this guy should have won the title, okay? Doesn't mean that he deserved to win it, but he should have won the title, okay? I think if Lando won the title, he probably would have been one of the worst drivers to ever win a title because he was not ready, and I don't think he deserved the title. Almost out of nowhere, he ended up having the best car on the grid for over half the season. I know Max had a big gap, but this guy, with the car they had compared to Red Bull, I mean, it was his title to lose at one point, basically. I think Brazil was the main one. He started on pole position, guys. Again, this is a common theme with some of the best drivers to ever grace this beautiful sport. If you give a guy like Max Verstappen an inch, he's going to take a mile, okay? If you give him a chance, if you don't convert that pole into a win, he's going to come in and take that win, mate, all right? As soon as, I think he was up 5 positions on the first lap. As soon as he sees that, and GP tells him that Lando's P3, that is all Max needs. That is all he needs to go out and win that race, man. That's exactly what he did. Lando started on pole, scraped a P6 finish, and Max started in P17, drove the best race of his career, and basically secured him the title. And Lando was in the better car. One day Lando could be a champion. This season was not that season, but he should have been. He should have been. If we did it the other way around, it would have been very different. It would have been very... If we put Lando in the Red Bull and Max in the McLaren, I think we all know who would have won the other way around. So... yeah, a bit of a rant for that one. And I mean, I think Lando's a nice guy. Yeah. I mean, he should have been champion because the car was so good, but he didn't have the ability to convert, which is fair enough. And like I said, I think one day he could be a champion. This was not the season. This was not the season. Next up, we've got Piastri. I'm gonna put him in the A tier as well. Okay, I'm gonna put him right next to Lando in the A tier. Although he wasn't next to Lando in car performance, I would say, yeah, not as good as Lando. Obviously, Lando had the edge over Oscar, but we have to remember this is his second season in Formula One. Again, back to the thing I've been saying, you know, you have to be good to even get to Formula One, blah, 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 blah. To win 2 races in your second season is amazing. You know, that's an amazing result. We cannot underestimate how good of a season Oscar Piastri had. Yeah, Baku was an amazing race. We won't talk about Hungary because, you know, it was a bit of a weird one. You forget it's his second season because he's such a mature driver, you know. He's such a mature driver. Lando overall still has the pace on him, still has the legs on him, but, yeah, second season, what a second season, you know. His overtake on Sainz in Austria was my favorite overtake of the season, actually. So he has that. He made my favorite overtake of the season. I think, I mean, that was just such a nice overtake. With the pressure of if you get past this guy, you can win your first race. Yeah, the future's bright for Oscar Piastri. Very, very, very good driver. It's a very different A tier. A very different A tier to what Lando got. Yeah, a well-deserved A tier season for Oscar. All right, next up, we've got Hulkenberg. Once again, boys, this is my channel. I can do what I want, and I'm putting Hulkenberg in the S tier, mate. I don't care what any of you say, mate. He's going straight in the S tier, mate. Come on. Yeah, again, I do videos on drivers I like, so I love this guy. I think he had such a good season. You know, you got to remember the car was not the best, all right? The car was not the best. What I would say, if there was an A star, if there was a tier in between S and A, I would probably put him in that tier by himself. But we're gonna put him at the end of the S tier. Ollie Behrman did put it on him in qualifying like 5 times. Oh, I don't know how many races they did together, 2, I think, or 3. Ollie Behrman did out qualify him, I think, in the 2 races they did, which is not ideal, obviously. But apart from that, maybe best season of his career. I mean, he didn't have any stinkers really in the first half of the season. Brazil was quite a bad race. I think Spa was the other bad race. I don't remember what happened to him there, but I think that was a bad race as well. But anyway, he was always outperforming the car. I think he scored like 95% of Haas's points. He scored he scored most of the points for Haas basically, which is very good. He had like 6 P11s, 7 P11s as well. So if he wasn't in the points, he was right next to the points basically. So yeah, very good season. I'm putting him A tier, A star, but we're going to put him at the bottom of the S tier because I think great season considering the car he had. Almost every single race week, if you went on the Haas Twitter, it would always just be, our qualifying master has done it again, done it again, done it again. He was always qualifying like way too high up for how good that car was, which I think again is a testament to how quick he is. I hope he can go to Audi and get a podium, mate. He at least deserves a podium. Great driver, great career revival. Yeah, I think, yeah, A star, S tier. Mate, it's my channel. I can do what I want. I think he deserves it. Great season from Hulkenberg and a great guy as well. So, all right, 4 more left. We're going to take Gasly. I think I'm going to chuck Gasly. Oh, I don't really know. I wrote down B tier in my notes, but I kind of want to put him... I think we'll put him B tier. He could be C, maybe. And I mean, it's quite a big gap from Ocon, but I think Gasly had a way better season than Ocon, I would say, definitely. Yeah, first few races, Alpine was so bad, but even then, he was still doing way better than Ocon. When the team was bad, he was still always beating Ocon, which is obviously a good sign. The Brazil podium was amazing. amazing, we have to remember Ocon started in P4, Gasly started in P13. So a lot more impressive of a podium. Again, the car was obviously good because they both had such a good race. To start that low down and get a podium is, yeah. Obviously, the team did favor him quite a lot towards the end of the season, but he was almost always performing better than Ocon. I think the future is very bright. You know, streets will not forget the 2021 Gasly. So clearly he's still got a little bit of that left in him. Yeah, I'm going to put him B tier. I think he had a good season. Again, the podium was very impressive. Very, very, very impressive. And I think overall he had a much better season than Ocon. Kept his head as well when they were beefing, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to put him in the B tier. Anyway, so next up's Max Verstappen. I mean, he's got his own tier, so we're just going to put him straight in there. I mean, what more can I say that hasn't already been said? I mean, this is one driver, you know, if I had to pick one driver that I would never have to do a video on, it's probably Max, mate. This guy doesn't need his career saving, bro. I would never, ever, ever have to do a video on Max Verstappen, bro. Yeah, I mean, what a season from Max. What a season from Max. I think it's, like I said, when you talk about Lando, if you give a driver like Max Verstappen an inch, he's going to take a whole mile, you know. He's just going to... Brazil, definitely best race of his career. Overcame the pressure, you know, they didn't always have the best car, but they had the best driver. Could have won the constructors as well, but sadly for his teammate, he did not. When the car was the best, he got the maximum out of it, built that massive buffer, and then when it wasn't the best, he was still always getting decent points. Even when they were third best, he was just picking up the pieces whenever he could. Yeah, amazing season. Obviously, again, deserves his own category because he is one of the greats of our sport. I think we can't ignore this anymore. Max Verstappen is one of the best drivers of all time. We cannot ignore it anymore, guys. So yeah, it definitely deserves his own tier. He's become a lot more human this year. I think I didn't really like Max that much when I first got into F1. Obviously, the swearing and the joking and all this stuff, it's kind of made him more human, you know. I think out of all the drivers on the grid, Max is probably most similar. He's just a normal guy. He's such a normal guy outside of racing. He's just a normal, chill guy. Yeah, Max, I probably gave you a lot of stick in my other video, so I'm sorry. If you're watching this, mate, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, another amazing season, and again, he's one of the goats of our sport, definitely. So, all right, next up, we got Lulu, my Pookie. I mean, lads, he's going in the B tier, mate. I don't even think I couldn't even put him any higher than that, bro. He's going in the B tier. I mean, what a season, mate. I mean, Spa and Silverstone, 2 wins. He had good race pace compared to George. The qualifying was horrible. I don't even want to know how many times he got knocked out in Q1. The lows were just so low. It's impossible to ignore how low the lows were. I mean, it was just in 2022 and 2023, if you see Max Verstappen have a bad result, everyone's excited by it. You know, like watching Lewis get knocked out in Q1 is just it's just depressing, bro. It's just like, it doesn't feel right, you know. It's just sad. It's just sad, man. Yeah, I think it's perfect timing to leave Mercedes. Perfect timing. I'm very excited to see what he does at Ferrari. He got 2 race wins. It feels weird to put a driver with 2 race wins in the B tier, but he was just so inconsistent, man. It's just a bit of a weird season. But I think he'll be okay at Ferrari, so yeah, we'll see. All right, 2 more left, boys. We are gonna, well, I actually need to insert Liam Lawson in here. We're gonna have Yuki Tsunoda next. These ones were a bit weird. I wasn't really sure where to put Yuki. I'm gonna go C tier for Yuki. I'm gonna go C tier. I still kind of now haven't really decided, but I'm gonna go C tier. I'm a big Ricciardo fan, as I said, so I was very worried at the beginning of the season when he like was so annoyed at Daniel and like tried to deliberately hit him and stuff. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be like a hard watch. This is gonna be a horrible season. I think after that, he actually has overcome a lot of his anger issues, you know, for lack of a better word. Overcome a lot of his anger issues and become a lot more of a chilled out driver. I think he had some decent results, just about beat both of his teammates that he had this season, which again, at a minimum, you need to beat your teammates. So he beat both his teammates, which is good. As of recording this today, it's the 19th of December today, Liam Lawson was announced as the new Red Bull driver. Personally, I think Yuki should have been the Red Bull driver. Yeah, that's just sad, man. I think I would feel bad putting Yuki any lower than C, because I just feel bad for him, bro. You know, he should have got the Red Bull seat, definitely. I think it's he's given so much to Red Bull, and they've kind of just chewed it up and spat it in his face, you know, by not giving him the seat. Yeah, it's hard not to feel bad for him for not getting the Red Bull seat, to be honest. Yeah, S tier season. Whoa. C tier season. Come on, Yuki, mate. Maybe in a few years, bro. C tier season. Yeah, pretty standard. And then finally, we have Liam Lawson. I wasn't really sure where to put him. I think I'm just going to chuck him in the C tier as well, just to keep it simple. You know, coming in mid-season is never an easy thing to do. It's never an easy thing to do. So I think all things considered, he had a decent season, you know, coming in the middle. His goal was to come in, get a few points finishes, ideally not crash. And he did that. You know, he didn't crash. He got some decent results. It's hard to, I felt like for him, it was kind of hard to judge his season, really. I don't know. It was a bit of a weird one. Yeah, came in, had some decent results. Whatever he needed to do, he clearly did it well, because he is the new Red Bull driver, like I just said. Yeah, I think this year was all right. Next year will be the most telling season. Next year will tell us more about him. Next year will tell us a lot more about Liam Lawson than this season did. So, but there we go, boys. That is my tier list of drivers. Yeah, I mean, there's a few iffy ones. I think Hulkenberg in S tier is, yeah, I mean, I love that guy. There it is, boys. There it is. We had some stinkers, but it's been a good season. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna I'm going to miss it, but I think 2025 is going to be great. Maybe we'll do this again in 2025, guys. That's basically it, boys. That's my tier list. This is what I look like as well, so there you go. This time next year, I will do this video again, maybe. I want to get a green screen and like stand up and like point it and stuff and walk around with the mic. So that'd be quite funny, I guess. But I don't want to get all sentimental and stuff. I have a few words to say to you guys for the people that are still watching at the end, if anyone is watching. Sorry I've been so inconsistent with my videos. I think now you guys are noticing that I'm getting more into the groove. I've uploaded quite a lot in the last month or two. I'm getting quicker at making the videos. I first found out about YouTube when I was 8 years old. And ever since then, it's been my dream to be a YouTuber. And I'm not full-time yet, but I hope, you know, in the next year or two, I will be full-time. That's the goal, at least. It will be hard to go full-time as an F1 YouTuber, an F1 game YouTuber, because F1, it's not the biggest niche on YouTube. It's not the biggest niche at all. Yeah, if you're a brand and you're watching this, send me an email, guys. You know, I want to go full-time. I want to make some more money. So, yeah, I mean, the more money I make, guys, that might sound bad. The more money I make, the more often I can upload, because I have a real-life job as well. Yeah, I just want to say thank you, guys. This will definitely be my last video of 2024. It's been a great year. Yeah, and I'm just very grateful that, you know, ever since I was a kid, I've been making YouTube videos since 2017, and in November 2022, I had 500 subscribers. So to be here today is definitely a blessing. So I appreciate you guys watching the videos. Thank you very much. I hope you're not disappointed by my face reveal. I just thought it would be funny to do it like just out of nowhere for the tier list video. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I haven't done an outro in a YouTube video for like 10 years, bro. So maybe it'll just end right now. Maybe I'll just cut the video right now and it will just end. We're not stopping videos yet. All right, we're not stopping videos anytime soon, so that's good. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you all very much, and I will see you in 2025, boys. Have a good Christmas and a good New Year as well. I think this is going to get posted on Monday, so it's not Christmas yet. So have a good Christmas, have a good New Year's, and I will see you all sometime in January for I saved Sergio Perez's Formula 1 career. So yeah, there we go, boys. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you very much, guys. Yep, there it is.